Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Nishit Kumar and with me is VC Pramod with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon countrymen to move forward with mantra of Nation First, Always First as India enters its 75th year of independence. In Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio, Prime Minister says every citizen should lead a Bharat Jodo Andolan on lines of Bharat Chodo Andolan steered under Mahatma Gandhi's leadership. Prime Minister urges people to cheer for Indian athletes at the ongoing Tokyo Olympics. Also appeals to follow COVID protocols during upcoming festivals. Over 43 crore 31 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. National recovery rate reaches 97.36%. Army, Navy and Air Force engaged in rescue and relief work in flood-affected areas of Maharashtra, Karnataka and Goa. 9 tourists killed in a landslide incident at Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh. At the Tokyo Olympics, boxer MC Mary Kom enters round of 16 in women's flyweight category. Shuttler PV Sindhu sails to second round of women's singles. Manika Batra advances into third round of women's singles in table tennis. Indian rowing team enters the semi-finals of the lightweight men's double sculls. And in cricket, Sri Lanka win the toss and opt to field against India in the opening T20 of the 3-match series at Colombo. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask. Maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing. Focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called upon the countrymen to make a sacred resolve on Amrit Mahotsav that the nation remains to be their topmost priority as India enters its 75th year of independence on the 15th of August this year. He said, we have to move forward with the mantra, Nation First, Always First. Sharing his thoughts in his monthly Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio today, the Prime Minister said that just the way the Quit India movement, the Bharat Chodo Andolan steered under Mahatma Gandhi's leadership, every countryman today has to lead a Bharat Jodo Andolan.
बात जब आजादी के आंदोलन और खादी की हो तो पूज्य बापू का स्मरण होना स्वाभाविक है। जैसे बापू के नेतृत्व में भारत छोड़ो आंदोलन चला था, वैसे ही आज हर देशवासी को भारत जोड़ो आंदोलन का नेतृत्व करना है। ये हमारा कर्तव्य है कि हम अपना काम ऐसे करें जो विविधताओं से हमारे भारत को जोड़ने में मददगार हो। तो आइए हम अमृत महोत्सव को ये अमृत संकल्प लें कि देश ही हमारी सबसे बड़ी आस्था, सबसे बड़ी प्राथमिकता बना रहेगा। नेशन फर्स्ट, ऑलवेज फर्स्ट के मंत्र के साथ ही हमें आगे बढ़ना है।
Sharing his thoughts about the upcoming Independence Day on the 15th of August, the Prime Minister said this time the country is entering her 75th year of independence on this day. He added that we are indeed very fortunate that we are witnessing 75 years of freedom, a freedom that the country waited for centuries. Mr. Modi recalled that to commemorate 75 years of freedom, Amrit Mahotsav commenced on the 12th of March from Bapu's Sabarmati Ashram. He said programs in connection with Amrit Mahotsav are being held across the country.
अमृत महोत्सव किसी सरकार का कार्यक्रम नहीं, किसी राजनीतिक दल का कार्यक्रम नहीं, यह कोटि कोटि भारतवासियों का कार्यक्रम है। हर स्वतंत्र और कृतज्ञ भारतीय का अपने स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों को नमन है और इस महोत्सव की मूल भावना का विस्तार तो बहुत विशाल है। ये भावना है अपने स्वाधीनता सेनानियों के मार्ग पर चलना, उनके सपनों का देश बनाना। जैसे देश की आजादी के मतवाले स्वतंत्रता के लिए एकजुट हो गए थे, वैसे ही हमें देश के विकास के लिए एकजुट होना है।
Prime Minister Modi said that this time an event is about to take place on the 15th of August connected with the national anthem. He said under this program, Ministry of Culture strives to have the maximum number of Indians sing the national anthem together.
ऐसा ही एक आयोजन इस बार 15 अगस्त को होने जा रहा है। ये एक प्रयास है राष्ट्रगान से जुड़ा हुआ। सांस्कृतिक मंत्रालय की कोशिश है कि इस दिन ज्यादा से ज्यादा भारतवासी मिलकर राष्ट्रगान गाएं। इसके लिए एक वेबसाइट भी बनाई गई है, राष्ट्रगान.in। इस वेबसाइट की मदद से आप राष्ट्रगान गाकर उसे रिकॉर्ड कर पाएंगे, इस अभियान से जुड़ पाएंगे। मुझे उम्मीद है आप इस अनोखी पहल से जरूर जुड़ेंगे। इसी तरह के बहुत सारे अभियान, बहुत सारे प्रयास आपको आने वाले दिनों में देखने को मिलेंगे। अमृत महोत्सव किसी सरकार का कार्यक्रम नहीं, किसी राजनीतिक दल का कार्यक्रम नहीं, यह कोटि-कोटि भारतवासियों का कार्यक्रम।
Mr. Modi emphasized that we can contribute to nation building even while performing our routine chores such as vocal for local. The Prime Minister said National Handloom Day on the 7th of August is an occasion when we can strive to attempt that. He urged the people to buy handloom products being made in rural areas and share it on #MyHandloomMyPride. Sharing his thoughts about the ongoing Tokyo Olympics, the Prime Minister exhorted the countrymen to extend their best wishes and encourage the Indian contingent. He said on the social media, our Victory Punch campaign in support of Olympic sportsperson has begun and people should share Victory Punch with their teams.
टोक्यो ओलंपिक्स में भारतीय खिलाड़ियों को तिरंगा लेकर चलते देखकर मैं ही नहीं, पूरा देश रोमांचित हो उठा। पूरे देश ने जैसे एक होकर अपने इन योद्धाओं से कहा, विजयी भव, विजयी भव। जब ये खिलाड़ी भारत से गए थे तो मुझे इनसे गपशप करने का, उनके बारे में जानने और देश को बताने का अवसर मिला था। ये खिलाड़ी जीवन की अनेक चुनौतियों को पार करते हुए यहाँ पहुंचे हैं। आज उनके पास आपके प्यार और सपोर्ट की ताकत है। इसलिए आइए मिलकर अपने सभी खिलाड़ियों को अपनी शुभकामनाएं, उनका हौसला बढ़ाएं।
The Prime Minister said tomorrow is Kargil Vijay Divas. He said the Kargil War is one symbol of bravery and patience on part of India's armed forces. He urged the people to read the enthralling saga of Kargil and bow to the brave hearts of Kargil.
जो देश के लिए तिरंगा उठाता है, उसके सम्मान में भावनाओं से भर जाना स्वाभाविक ही है। देशभक्ति की ये भावना हम सबको जोड़ती है। कल यानी 26 जुलाई को करगिल विजय दिवस भी है। करगिल का युद्ध भारत की सेनाओं के शौर्य और संयम का ऐसा प्रतीक है जिसे पूरी दुनिया ने देखा है। इस बार ये गौरवशाली दिवस भी अमृत महोत्सव के बीच में मनाया जाएगा, इसलिए ये और भी खास हो जाता है। मैं चाहूंगा कि आप करगिल की रोमांचित कर देने वाली गाथा जरूर पढ़ें। करगिल के वीरों को हम सब नमन करें।
The Prime Minister also extended his special thanks to the people tuned into Mann Ki Baat. He mentioned that as per a study of MyGov regarding the listeners of Mann Ki Baat, it was revealed that out of those sending messages and suggestions, close to 75% are below the age of 35. Mr. Modi also stressed on the need of water conservation, saying that saving every drop of water prevents any kind of wastage of water. He also appealed to people to follow COVID protocols during the upcoming festivals.
वर्षा का पानी जो हमें मिल रहा है वो हमारी भावी पीढ़ियों के लिए है, ये हमें कभी भूलना नहीं चाहिए। आज मेरे मन में ये विचार आया कि क्यों न इन रोचक संदर्भों के साथ ही मैं अपनी बात समाप्त करूं। आप सभी को आने वाले पर्वों की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। पर्व और उत्सवों के समय ये जरूर याद रखिएगा कि कोरोना अभी हमारे बीच से गया नहीं है। कोरोना से जुड़े प्रोटोकॉल आपको भूलने नहीं है। आप स्वस्थ और प्रसन्न रहें।
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon countrymen to move forward with mantra of nation first, always first, as India enters its 75th year of independence. In Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio, Prime Minister says every citizen should lead a Bharat Jodo Andolan on the lines of Bharat Chodo Andolan steered under Mahatma Gandhi's leadership. Prime Minister urges people to cheer for Indian athletes at the ongoing Tokyo Olympics. Also appeals to follow COVID protocols during upcoming festivals. Over 43 crore 31 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. National recovery rate reaches 97.36%. Army, Navy and Air Force engaged in rescue and relief work in flood-affected areas of Maharashtra, Karnataka and Goa. 9 tourists killed in a landslide incident at Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh. At the Tokyo Olympics, boxer MC Mary Kom enters round of 16 in women's flyweight category. Shuttler PV Sindhu sails to second round of women's singles. Manika Batra advances into third round of women's singles in table tennis. Indian rowing team enters semi-finals of lightweight men's doubles sculls. And in cricket, Sri Lanka win the toss and opt to field against India in the opening T20 of three-match series at Colombo. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the evening news. More than 43 crore 31 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. COVID-19 recovery rate has reached 97.36% with around 40,000 patients recovering in the last 24 hours. Till now, more than 3 crore 5 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. India reported more than 39,742 new cases in the last 24 hours. The COVID helpline numbers are available on our website newsonair.gov.in. Union Health Ministry has said that more than 45 crore 37 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far through all sources. Health Ministry in a statement said that in addition to it, more than 11 lakh 79,000 doses are in the pipeline. Of the total doses provided to the states and union territories, the consumption, including wastages, is nearly 42 crore 8 lakh doses. The ministry added that more than 3 crore 29 lakh balance and unutilized COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories and private hospitals to be administered. The Health Ministry today organized communication awareness workshop with communication radio stations from 16 states in partnership with UNICEF. The thematic session highlighted the need to create meaningful awareness campaigns about COVID-appropriate behavior and bust myths surrounding the COVID vaccines. Speaking on the occasion, Joint Secretary in the Health Ministry Love Agarwal acknowledged the contribution of community radio stations in supporting the world's largest vaccination drive. Union Home Minister Amit Shah laid the foundation stone of Tamalpur Medical College and Hospital and distributed cheque of 1 lakh rupees each to the next of the kin of 100 selected COVID-19 victims under the state government's Prarthana Achoni at Srimant Sankaradeva Kalakshetra in Guwahati this evening. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, State Health Minister Keshav Mahanta and Bodoland Territorial Region BTR Chief Pramod Boro were present on this occasion. Speaking at the event of Assam government's healthcare and welfare schemes launch, Mr. Shah said that the central government is committed to fulfill all the promises made at Bodo Accord within a very short period.
The Army, Navy and Air Force are working round the clock to rescue the people affected by floods in Maharashtra, Karnataka and Goa. They are also providing food, water and medical relief to people in flood-affected areas. More rescue teams and aircraft are on standby for deployment. The three services joined hands with the civil administration and national and state disaster management authorities for relief and rescue operations in 3 states. The Indian Army has deployed task forces comprising infantry, engineers, communication, recovery and medical teams in worst-hit Ratnagiri, Kolhapur and Sangli districts of Maharashtra. In Karnataka, 7 relief teams were mobilized by the Indian Navy with naval divers, rubber Gemini boats, life jackets and medical equipment. The teams evacuated 165 people from Sindhuga and Bhaire villages near Kadra Dam, while 70 people were evacuated from low-lying areas of Kaiga. Meanwhile, Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, Union Ministers Narayan Rane and Ramdas Athavale today visited flood-affected Konkan region in the state. The Chief Minister has assured that consolidated assistance will be provided to affected people. Union Minister Rane said that the benefits of various schemes of the central government will be provided to flood-affected people. More from our Mumbai correspondent.
Heavy floods in Maharashtra have affected more than 230,000 people in Konkan and western region. Till date, a total of 149 people are killed, 50 are injured and more than 64 are still missing. Maximum deaths are reported in Raigad district while more than 170,000 people are evacuated in Sangli district. 25 teams of NDRF, 4 teams of SDRF, 5 teams of Navy, 2 teams of Coast Guard and 3 teams of Army are working in relief and rescue operations. Teams of Mumbai, Thane and Navi Mumbai Mumbai Municipal Corporation are helping in cleaning, sanitization and normalizing daily life of citizens. Floods are still reported in various parts of Kolhapur and Sangli. Traffic on various national and state highway connecting Kolhapur with Bengaluru, Belgaum, Sangli, Ratnagiri are still closed. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has announced that State Disaster Response Force will be strengthened and set up in every district. Tomorrow, he will visit flood-affected districts of Western Maharashtra. Union Minister Narayan Rane said all possible help from the central government will be provided to flood-affected people. Landslide-affected Taliya village citizens will get houses under PM Awas Yojana. Jeevan Bhavsar, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Himachal Pradesh, 9 people were killed while 3 others were injured when boulders fell on a tourist tempo traveller on the Sangla-Chitkul road in Kannauj district this afternoon. More from our Shimla correspondent.
The ill-fated tourist vehicle carrying 11 people was on its way from Chitkul to Sangla. The deceased include 5 male and 4 female and were from Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. The landslide incident was reported near Batseri on Sangla-Chitkul road. The Bailey bridge at Batseri also collapsed in the incident. Rescue work is being carried out by the district administration with the help of local people. The injured people have been admitted in Sangla Community Health Center for treatment. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur has expressed deep grief over the death of 9 people due to landslide at Batseri in Kinnaur district. He directed the administration to ensure immediate relief and rescue operations and to provide immediate relief to the affected. Sanjeev Sundaryal, AIR News, Shimla.
President Ramnath Kovind will visit Kargil War Memorial at Dras in Ladakh tomorrow on the 22nd anniversary of the Kargil Vijay Divas and pay homage to the indomitable courage and sacrifice of the Indian Armed Forces during the Kargil conflict in 1999. Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat will also pay homage to the Kargil martyrs tomorrow at Dras, while Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and 3 services chief will pay homage to the martyrs at the National War Memorial in Delhi. On the historic Kargil Vijay Divas, AIR News will bring a special program remembering the valor of Indian soldiers, which will be broadcast in Parikrama program tomorrow. President Kovind reached Srinagar today as part of his 4-day visit to the Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. India today gets its 39th World Heritage Site. The Kakatiya Rudreshwara Ramappa Temple in Telangana has been inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The decision was taken at the 44th session of the World Heritage Committee of UNESCO today. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has expressed happiness that the 13th century temple in Palampet has been inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated everyone, especially the people of Telangana. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said the iconic Ramappa temple showcases the outstanding craftsmanship of great Kakatiya dynasty. In Olympics, the medal hopeful for the country PV Sindhu won her women's singles first round match against Israel's Ksenia Polikarpova 21-7, 21-10. Paddler Manika Batra registered a terrific comeback 4-3 to win against Margarita Pesotska of Ukraine in the second round of the women's singles table tennis event. Indian boxer and medal hopeful MC Maricom entered the round of 16, defeating Dominicia's Hernandez Garcia Miguelina 4-1 in women's flyweight category. In rowing, duo of Arvind Singh and Arjun Lal Jat qualified for the semi-finals of the lightweight men's double sculls event. The Indian pair finished third in repechage 2 and sealed their place for the semi-finals. However, India also witnessed disappointments in several quarters. Indian men's hockey team was not able to carry their winning momentum as the Manpreet Singh-led side lost to Australia 1-7 in their second Group A game at the ongoing Tokyo Olympics. India will take next Spain on Tuesday. Indian boxer Manish Kaushik bowed out of the men's lightweight 63 kg category event after losing to Great Britain's Luke McCormack 1-4 in the round of 32. In shooting, Angad Veer Singh Bajwa missed 2 targets out of 75 to be placed 11th on the countback in men's skeet and has the top 6 final spots well inside. Compatriot Mairaj Ahmed Khan shot 71 to be placed in 25th out of 30 shooters in the fray. Earlier today, Divyansh Singh Pawar and Deepak Kumar crashed out of the 10-meter air rifle men qualification event. In table tennis, Satyan Gyaneshekaran of India lost to Hong Kong's Lam Shu Hang by 4-3 in the men's singles event. In tennis, Indian women's pair of Sania Mirza and Ankita Raina lost their first round match against Ukraine's Kichenok twins Nadia Lyudmila 6-0, 6-7. Pranati Nayak, India's only gymnast in Olympics, also failed to qualify in the women's all-round qualification in the artistic gymnastic event.
To boost the morale of the players in the Tokyo Olympics, good wishes are pouring from all across the country under the Cheer for India campaign.
हमने मचाया
All India Radio, Doordarshan and DD Sports are doing mega coverage of the 2020 Olympics. The coverage spans from pre to post-Olympics and is also available on digital platforms of Doordarshan and All India Radio. DD Sports, DD News and DD India are broadcasting daily shows and special programs on Olympics. Different sporting events at the Olympics are being broadcast live daily on DD Sports from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. All AIR capital stations, FM Rainbow Network, DRM and other AIR stations are broadcasting programs on Olympics. Listeners from across the country are participating in the Olympic quiz with AIR News. Listeners have emailed us their replies in huge numbers. Bandhuli Chakraborty of Kolkata in West Bengal was the first to send the correct answer of the question of 24 July. Many congratulations to her from the entire team of AIR News. Speaking to AIR News, Bandhuli, a Class 8 student, expressed her happiness on winning the Olympics quiz and wished the Indian Olympic contingent the best for Tokyo Olympics.
I am very excited to learn that I have stood first in the Olympic quiz of SportsCan. I am very happy. I am a regular listener of AIR. I am very much interested in all the sports program broadcast from AIR. The sports program broadcast in AIR is very much interesting for me. I am proud of the silver medal winner Mirabai Chanu and cheer for all the participants of Olympic 2020.
To participate in the Olympic quiz, tune into our program SportsCan at 7:20 p.m. every day.
In cricket, India were 83 for 2 in 10.2 overs against Sri Lanka in the first T20 international of the three-match series at R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo when reports last came in. Earlier, Sri Lanka won the toss and opted to bowl. India is going into the T20 series on the back of a 2-1 win in the ODI series. And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Temperature will hover between 29 and 33 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature will be 28 degrees Celsius while the maximum is expected to be around 31 degrees. Chennai is expected to have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between 27 and 36 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. City will observe a minimum temperature of 29 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 33 degrees. Srinagar will experience partly cloudy sky, becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening or night. Temperature will hover between 22 and 32 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum temperature will be 26 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Leh is expected to have mainly clear sky. Minimum and the maximum temperature will be between 15 and 32 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have mainly clear sky. Temperature will hover between 20 and 37 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Minimum temperature will be 25 degrees and the maximum will be around 38 degrees. Guwahati, Imphal, Shillong and Aizawl will have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. In Guwahati, the minimum temperature will be around 26 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be 33 degrees. Kohima and Agartala are also expected to have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In Kohima, the minimum and the maximum temperature will be between 18 and 26 degrees Celsius. In Agartala, the temperature will hover between 27 and 30 degrees Celsius. Itanagar and Gangtok will experience generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Hyderabad is likely to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon countrymen to move forward with mantra of Nation First, Always First as India enters its 75th year of independence. In Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio, Prime Minister says every citizen should lead a Bharat Jodo Andolan on the lines of Bharat Chodo Andolan steered under Mahatma Gandhi's leadership. Prime Minister urges people to cheer for Indian athletes at the ongoing Tokyo Olympics, also appeals to follow COVID protocols during the upcoming festivals. Over 43 crore 31 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. National recovery rate reaches 97.36%. Army, Navy and Air Force engaged in rescue and relief work in flood-affected areas of Maharashtra, Karnataka and Goa. 9 tourists killed in a landslide incident at Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh. At the Tokyo Olympics, boxer MC Marikom enters the round of 16 in the women's flyweight category. Shuttler PV Sindhu sails to the second round of women's singles. Manika Batra advances into the third round of women's singles in table tennis. Indian rowing teams enter semi-finals of the lightweight men's double sculls. And in cricket, Sri Lanka win the toss and opt to field against India in the opening T20 of the three-match series at Colombo. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.